Today I'm going to talk about some tips that you can use to avoid waiting limbo. But Jack, what's waiting limbo? I hear you ask. Well, if you have ADHD, then you almost certainly know what I'm talking about. You may have experienced it once, or maybe you experience it all the time. It's that extremely frustrating phenomenon where if you have an appointment at 3 p.m. that day and nothing before that, you can't do anything from when you wake up until that appointment. All that you can do is be in this state of, I know that it's coming, I can't do anything else because I have an appointment at 3 p.m. Does that ring a bell? If it does, keep watching, because I'll share I'll share some tips that are very, very useful for that exact thing. And if you don't relate to that at all, well, cool, I'll see you later. Links to the stuff below. So, waiting limbo is what I'm going to call this, because you're stuck in this state of limbo, of uncertainty, and just, limbo, while you wait for that thing. Now, does this make sense as to why we feel this way? No. Does it suck? Yes. Does acknowledging that it doesn't make sense help us in that moment? No. This whole period of waiting is extremely frustrating, as I'm sure you know if you're still sticking around in this video. So what can we do about it? Well, first thing, super obvious, but it doesn't occur to some people. And yeah, I'm an ADHD coach, if you don't know me on the channel, so this is what I have experienced a lot. Very, very, very simple hack for this is to just not schedule things later in the day. Ideally, I schedule all of my appointments as the very first thing. If I'm making an appointment with the dentist, now like, oh, we could see you in, a few months' time. Well, what time suit you? My first question is, what's the earliest you can do? Now, if all my appointments, let's say I have an obligation at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. That means I know that's coming if I have good systems and alarms or whatever. That's another video, I guess. But let's assume I know that it's coming the night before. I know that I wake up, I go do the thing, and then I don't have any other stuff that I'm just waiting around for. How straightforward is that? You get the thing out of the way. Now, why do many people not do this? Because they think, oh, but I'm so late and slow, and oh, I need lots of time, and I like to sleep in on my days off. Bullshit. Don't do that. Just wake up and get it out of the way, and then you have an entire whole day ahead of you. It's going to be so good. It might even help you get into a sleep routine that might actually be better. Rather than being like, oh, but I usually sleep until 10:30. I can't get up at 7, whatever that I need to, so I won't even try. What if you had something that you had to get up for? You would, and then boom, you're in sync. How cool is that? Easy. Now, the reason I'm sharing this, even though it should be obvious, is that so many people don't do this. They think that having lots of time to prepare is really good and what they need because they take so long. Very, very rarely is this the case. Actually, almost always what happens is you wake up, you do the thing, and you're free of waiting limbo. Cannot stress enough how awesome that is. Now, I said there are a few approaches. Here's number 2. The other thing that you can do is the reason that this waiting limbo, let's go back to the 3 p.m. appointment, right? The reason that this limbo period sucks so much is because it's due to time blindness. We've talked about this before on the channel, but basically, if you don't know what time blindness is, it's an ADHD trait where essentially we're just not really aware of the passage of linear time. We're just kind of now and in the moment, and we don't really have a sense of before or after. It's just now. And because it's just now, we're worried about being late to something that's later. But I don't really have a feel, like I can't tell exactly when later is. I just know it's coming, but right now it's now. And it's not the appointment. I better wait and make sure I'm available for whenever the appointment happens. Hopefully that made sense. I went through it pretty quickly. So, the biggest issue of the appointment at 3 p.m. and waiting all day in waiting limbo is that all of the time in between is unstructured. Now you might say to yourself, and you know this, oh, well, I know that it's 9 a.m., I don't have anything till 3. Theoretically, I should be able to get so many things done. And there's so many things I need to get done. I could do some study, or I could go to the gym, or I could do some work in the garden. I don't know, whatever. We've all got our lists, right? You know that there's things you can do, but instead, most of the time you spend that time just like frozen, scrolling on the phone, walking from room to room, trying to decide what to do, not being able to, spending 2 hours trying to make some food and keep getting distracted and sidetracked, and getting frustrated and overwhelmed and anxious. Sometimes so much so that we don't even make the appointment because we're too frustrated by the whole day leading up to it. Hands up if that's relatable and fun. Now, what can we do? The point of it is that the problem is that it's unstructured time. And yes, theoretically, we could fill that with lots of tasks, but in an unstructured way, we're not really able to just improv our way to a full schedule. So what we need to do, even though it seems obvious or maybe unnecessary, is to just sit down and do some time blocking. Get a piece of paper. Don't do this in your mind, in your brain. Just I won't go into details why, just don't. Wouldn't even recommend using apps or computers. Get a piece of paper, rule up some lines, and go, I don't know, the time, now let's say it's 9 a.m. when you start this, and then rule another line for, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11, 12, 30, 12, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Yes, I can count. And then 3 p.m. is when you have the appointment. Boom, you've got some ruled lines, and now you can just write in tasks to do in those little boxes. At this time, go to gym. Boom, it's done. You've time blocked it in. Now you have a thing. Now you have a structure. You have now moved from unstructured time to structured time. Go to gym 9 till 10, I don't know, 10 till 10:30. Come back home and eat, and chill out. 11 till 12, garden, read a book, whatever you want. 2 till 2 o'clock, leave for the thing at 3. Done. Now you have a plan. Does it need to be perfect? Absolutely not. Does it even need to be remotely good? No. But now you have a structure. You don't even need to follow it. That's the crazy thing. Just knowing that you have one will suddenly just unlock some part of your brain that can now make better decisions about how to use time. But there's something about just having this big block of vague time that we are supposed to just improvise our way through in a structured, productive way that we use our time well. Something about that just screws us right up. Having any form of structure in it, and the more accountability you can have with other people. I'm gonna meet Greg for coffee at 10:30. Awesome, now I have something that's actually in there that's also a real thing that I can structure other things around. My unstructured time is becoming structured time. This is so great. If you struggle with this, then that should help you so much. You'd be surprised. There are some other things we can do. They're a bit more advanced, a bit more complicated. And if you need more, if you try those things out and they don't work as well for you as you would like, write me, put it in the comments, let me know. And if there's enough interest, I will make a video on some of the more advanced things that you can do. The only reason I'm not doing it now is because they require me to explain a hell of a lot more about how time and time blindness really work on the experiential level, and that's a lot of stuff for a YouTube video. Anyway, you get the point. If you want it, tell me. If not, cool. Hope these things help you. I really, really do. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you like this channel. And if you do, then you can subscribe if you want more videos from me, because I post every single day of 2024. So I will see you tomorrow if you want. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by.